this be one of the best moments of your life. You're listening to the Business Mirror Podcast for a broader look on business with Senior Editor Dennis Estopace.
Good day. Welcome to the first episode for 2021 of the Business Mondays with BM, a segment of the Business Mirror BM Broader Look podcast that tackles the performance of the Philippine stock market. The Business Mondays with BM podcast is based on the stock market outlook story written by Business Mirror reporter VG Kabuag and comes out every Monday. For the text version online, please go to the Business Mirror website and search for Stock Market Outlook. For the print edition, please go to the company section of the Business Mirror newspaper. Let's get on with the story. Share prices fell during the last 2 trading days of the year, but the main index closed at the 7,100 point level. The benchmark Philippine Stock Exchange Index fell 64.67 points to close 2020 at 7,139.71 points. The Philippine Stock Exchange Index climbed 54% from its lowest closing level in 2020 of 4,623.42 points on March 19. However, the main index is still down by 8% year-on-year. According to Philippine Stock Exchange President and Chief Executive Officer Ramon Monzon, the year 2020 was truly unprecedented for the stock market, with the circuit breaker triggered 3 times and with the Philippine Stock Exchange Index recording its steepest intraday drop in the history of the PSE. Monzon said the main index may have failed to return to pre-pandemic levels, but it's good to see that it managed to stay above the 7,100 level. Monzon said, "It is tempting to write off 2020. However, they cannot disregard the achievements accomplished that year. The stock exchange had the listing of the first real estate investment trust after more than a decade-long wait, according to Monzon. Monzon said that even with the pandemic, they had a decent capital-raising pipeline, including the listing of the biggest initial public offering ever in the history of the Philippine Stock Exchange. The trading system was up 100% during the enhanced community quarantine period when the trading floor was closed," Monzon said in his message during the ceremonies for the last trading day of 2020. Trading was heavy that week since it had only 2 remaining days for the year, with an average of 9.28 billion pesos. Foreign investors were net sellers last week at 10.78 million pesos. For the year, foreign investors were net sellers at 128.65 billion pesos. Other sub-indices ended the year mostly down, led by the All Shares Index, which fell 21.84 points to close at 4,272.61 points. The Financials Index declined 20.32 points to 1,447.64. The Industrial Index rose 73.24 to close at 9,393.42. The Holding Firms Index shed 93.42 points to 7,354.65. The Property Index lost 29.58 points to close at 3,664.47. The Services Index was down 12.34 to 1,514.09. And the Mining and Oil Index climbed 241.43 points to end at 9,528.15. For the week, losers edged gainers 157 to 71, and 23 shares were unchanged. The top gainers were IPM Holdings Incorporated, Apollo Global Capital Incorporated, Dito CME Holdings Corporation, AC Energy Philippines Incorporated, Philippine Trust Company, and First Abacus Financial Holdings Corporation. The top losers, on the other hand, were Vulcan Industrial and Mining Corporation, Millennium Global Holdings Incorporated, APC Group Incorporated, Pacifica Holdings Incorporated, Now Corporation, and Kep Wealth Property Philippines Incorporated. Share prices may move sideways for the first full trading week of the year as many investors may still be on a holiday mood while weighing the prospects for the new year. Jafet Luis Tanchanco, Senior Research Analyst at PhilStocks Financials Incorporated, said that economic recovery hopes, fueled by the timely signing of the 2021 national budget, eased monetary policy, and positive business and consumer sentiment towards the succeeding months as per the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas' latest survey could encourage buying in the market this week. Tanchanco said stories that would point to a sooner availability of the COVID-19 vaccine in the Philippines may provide, on one hand, the further boost needed by the market. But, on the other hand, Tanchanco said the new coronavirus variant and its spread to other countries may continue to weigh on investor sentiment. Christopher Mangun, research head at AAA Securities Incorporated, said there is a possibility that the Philippine Stock Exchange Index will move sideways between support at 7,000 and resistance at 7,300. Optimism of going into the new year may result to higher volatility for blue chips and the market resuming its uptrend, Mangun said. The government has already announced that it will be keeping restrictions the same until the end of January, as it believes that current testing and quarantine policies are sufficient to handle the potentially more dangerous mutation, Mangun added. Mangun said the market is still trading on the sentiment, and investors may maximize the opportunity to try and make money before something negative actually takes place. For the stock picks, broker Regina Capital and Development Corporation gave a hold recommendation on the stock of ABS-CBN Corporation, as its television franchise is still nowhere being renewed. Without the franchise, ABS-CBN Corporation needs to look for ways to make up for the lost advertising revenues, Regina Capital said. This made the broker issue a hold recommendation on ABS-CBN Corporation with a target of 11 pesos and 30 centavos apiece, as the upside potential with the current market action is not that attractive anymore, the broker said. Regina Capital said the absence of a franchise would cause drag on the media company's profitability for 2020 through 2022 unless ABS-CBN Corporation gets back its franchise to ramp up its biggest cash-generating segment. Regina Capital said that margin contraction would be mainly driven by the decline in revenue contribution from its media, network, and studio entertainment, specifically sourced from television advertisements. But the drop on the margin would be slower beyond 2020, assuming digital and interactive media gets to lure advertisers in, Regina Capital said. The shares of ABS-CBN Corporation closed last Tuesday at 11 pesos and 68 centavos apiece. To note, the shares of ABS-CBN Corporation closed at 15 pesos and 80 centavos in the last trading day of December 2019. Meanwhile, Regina Capital gave a buy recommendation on the stock of Concepcion Industrial Corporation, as the broker said the company is likely to be able to maintain market leadership in both the air conditioner and refrigerator markets due to the low market penetration amid the pandemic. The broker, however, gave a lower target price on the stock at 31 pesos per share, as the broker factored the impact of the lockdown measures against the pandemic and the pandemic itself. The shares of Concepcion Industrial Corporation closed last week at 23 pesos and 40 centavos apiece. Last December 27, 2019, the shares of Concepcion Industrial Corporation closed at 30 pesos apiece.
Thank you for listening to the Business Mirror podcast. For a broader look on business, follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Business Mirror. Until next time.